Well, funny seeing you here. Week number 11 trade idea show. How do you trade Tony Pollard? Do you even trade Tony Pollard? Some of you might be shocked at my answer because it's not always gonna be a yes. Sometimes acquiring him is a great move. It depends on vantage point. We've got Jaylen Warren conversation. We've got Cooper Kupp, which will relate to some sort of buy low package players you should go after. My week 11 buy low players. Here they are. Take it in. Absorb it in. The waiver wire recap. We'll do some of that. The fantasy football show. The 8 p.m. show. Monday through Friday show. Breaking news show. Every single day show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
We got a little bit of breaking news, and then we're going to dig into all the topics I just mentioned. How do you trade for Tony Pollard? How do you trade away Tony Pollard? What do you do if you're a Tony Pollard owner? Are you running away from this man? Probably your natural instinct will be to run away, and that's okay. I can't blame you. But do I buy him? Yes, and it's comments like this. And Uncle Piff, I'm not saying this is a bad comment by you. I'm just using you as an example. No one wants him. That's why I say in some of the context here, we're going to go buy from people that are devastated they can't get rid of him. You get him on the house's money. Who the hell cares if he doesn't work out? It's the house's money. You're going to potentially get a league winner, or you pay for what you get, what you pay for type of thing. So hang tight on the Tony Pollard news, and then we'll the Tony Pollard piece, and then we'll get into this news real quick. Jaylen Warren announced as the starting running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This kind of happened internally before the game, and Jaylen Warren spoke about it, and the Steelers have kind of embraced it. He is the starter going forward in Pittsburgh, and we've been waiting for this day. We've been awaiting for this day, this little old waiver wire show we do week after week after week. 2 preemptive shows before week 1, a show every single week since, and you always see Jaylen Warren sitting on this list, as you do Spears, as you do, let me highlight Spears, as you do Charbonnet, as you do Bigsby, Sleeping Giants. Warren has been a little bit more serviceable than a Sleeping Giant. Spears, Sleeping Giant. Charbonnet, Sleeping Giant. Bigsby, Sleeping Giant. Maybe they don't get awoken. But guess what? Keaton Mitchell was awoken, and everybody that said, oh, maybe Keaton Mitchell's not that good. We don't know. Sometimes these players are beholden at the mercy of the coaching staff. And Keaton Mitchell could win you leagues. Keaton Mitchell is deserving of a full load drop.
Initiate full load drop.
If this man's out there in your league, let me just tell you a little something. Mitchell's odds, and this is what we do here on the show. Smitty, can you please tell me how much fab do I put on Mitchell? I don't know. Any fantasy football content creator that tells you 22%, Bill, go ahead and drop 27.6% from my Excel sheet. It tells me to drop that. Run away from that advice. Don't ever go back. Why? Because nobody knows but you how much fab someone's going to drop on a player. Some of your leagues, it's 50% max. Something you're never going to see anybody drop more than 50% of their fab on anybody, or you get made fun of. Am I supposed to come in and tell you to drop 100% on that? No. Some leagues you got to drop $100 out of $100 every single time you need a player. I play in a bunch of shark leagues like that, or idiot leagues you could call them. I guess either way you look at it, you got to spend the entire wad full load drop.
Initiate full load drop.
You don't do a full load drop in one of my leagues, you ain't getting a Mitchell. But hey, Mitchell's available in over 50% of leagues. So I don't want to hear next the complaining Caleb in the chat.
This isn't, none of these guys are available in my leagues because my leagues are just shark leagues. I only play in leagues where all the mascots, the avatars for everybody's team, they upload a shark. Hammerhead shark, whale shark, Caleb shark, a Karen shark.
We've got a bunch of sharks in my league. We never have. Your list is not good enough, Smitty. It doesn't help me. Let me tell you something. The world doesn't always revolve around you, Bob. And somebody's got Mitchell, 50% of people got Mitchell sitting on their waiver wire because maybe they don't play in the league you play. They play in smaller bench leagues. Doesn't make you better. It just means in small bench leagues, this guy's available. And guess how much fab you should drop? I don't know. But what I can tell you, what I can offer you is a service. A service of my odds of this player being the number one pickup of the year. That's the best I can give you. And it's amazing. It's better than 22.7% from my Excel spreadsheet, Bob. No, it's not 22%. It's, hey, Smitty, how the hell confident are you that this guy's going to be hella good walking into the remaining part of the season? Is this the dude? How much percentage of confidence is this the dude? That's all you need to hear from me. You don't need to hear 27.65% of your fab from my Excel sheet, Bob. You need to hear Smitty tell me, bring the thunder. Is it a 9? Is it an 8? Is it a 10? What are we talking about here? And I can tell you right now that I don't smell another player that is more likely to be the best pickup of the year left in the waiver wire pool than this man right here. Give him a 10. Whoa, give him a 5. No, a 10. Whoa, I hit the 5 button. A 10. Let's redo that for dramatic purposes. I give you a 10. Top pickup of the year right now. This almost rivals an Achane pickup. Obviously not, because Achane's a top 5 overall player. You heard me right. Top 5. But this rivals that in terms of you race to the wire, you drop your full fab, you do whatever you got to do. Confidence level is freaking high. Achane was a 10. This guy's a 10. Let's be honest and reflect, self-reflect. Roshan was about an 8, 8.5. That didn't work out. Sometimes you're going to swing and you're going to miss. That's the nature of the waiver wire. These aren't going to always hit. We're not always going to have the right order every single week, but we have the right guys on the list, and we tell you, go get Tank Dell, go get Tank Dell, go get Tank Dell. Tank Dell's not available in a ton of leagues, but he's available in enough to put him on this damn list, 25%. Kyler, same thing. Why is Kyler on the list, Smitty? Because he's available in 25% of leagues. He's got to be on this list. Warren, anointed the starting job. Fire him up. He's ready to go. There we go on the Warren. I got off a tangent on that one. I was talking about Warren, and I took 8 steps left and went straight to the waiver wire show again. But that's okay, because what other show reflects on the waiver wire throughout the entire week? What other show puts the waiver wire show up on Wednesday, on Tuesday evening, on Thursday, on Friday? Which show? The answer is this show. No show but this show right here. No other show does waiver wire every day. No other show takes phone calls every day. No other show sends people to the moon.
To the moon. To Saturn.
But they are starting to use the moon to the moon. Yay, we're using the moon call. Smitty said it. I mean, we said it, the moon. Yeah, we'll put the little shuttle in our graphic and start stealing Smitty's moonshots. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Moving forward, we're going to be stealing Smitty Steelers. We're going to talk about moonshot. Yay, Scotty. Yay, Excel sheet, Eric. Yay, we pressed the button. Now we'll start using sound effects once in a while. I'll have a clapping sound or maybe a siren sound. And we'll copy Smitty as much as we can. But you'll never do the job. Why? Because there's one show. Where were we? Jalen Warren, 8 degrees left. We ended up somewhere totally different. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. 250 of you, 46 thumbs up. Rookie numbers. Hey, hit that number. Those are rookie numbers. Pump those numbers up. We can do better than that. This one right here, Michael Carter got released by the Jets. That was kind of weird. Out of nowhere. Maybe the rookie's ready to come back. Abacanda. Everybody can't say his name. Abana Candy. Who knows if Abana Candy, the Candy Man, can come back? That might be what this is signaling, but we don't fully know. But Carter has been released. That's shocking, to be honest. It's good for Breece Hall because obviously they trust him enough to be full go every day. This one right here, Justin Fields, Bears head coach Matt Eberflus said QB Justin Fields' thumb needs team drills to see how he's functioning. This one gets stranger every day. Every day it seems like they just don't want him to play. He's out there in practice throwing missiles down the field. There's footage of him in a dome, I believe, in a practice sesh, tossing missiles about 40, 50 yards 2.5 weeks ago. And now all of a sudden, every week, we inch closer to game days. We don't know if he's able to walk at this point. And you see Fields walk behind the camera. That wasn't Fields. Fields is in a coma. He's just walking by, playing a game on his phone. They can't, it's like they're trying to cover this thing up. It doesn't sound. I sniff something rotten here, and I don't know if they're trying to dive. Like, what are they doing here? Fields is ready. He's been ready for 2.5 weeks. What in the hell is going on here? I don't know. So to answer your question, Smitty, is Fields play? I have no clue. No one does. Anybody says they know, they have no idea because they're not telling us the truth over in freaking Chicagoland, which I think is just an absolute debacle and this is unfolding as we speak. Nick Chubb, Browns announced Nick Chubb underwent a surgery to repair his torn ACL. What did I tell you guys? He didn't just tear his MCL. Everybody coming in acting like they're doctors on fantasy, trying to pretend they're a deep fake doctor like your boy Smitty. I may not be a doctor, but I have stayed at several Holiday Inns, and I also where's my knee when I need it? Where's my knee? I don't know where I put my knee. Do you guys see it in the background anywhere? I think it's right here. I am the best deepfake doctor on the planet. There are a lot of doctors that have entered the industry. They haven't known fantasy very well. They haven't done it for 20 plus years like your boy, but they have the medical, right? Well, your boy's been doing fantasy for 20 plus years, doing medical the best of his ability for 20 plus years. So I would pit myself against anybody in terms of the things that we see very often. Occasionally there might be some sort of spine related injury that I don't know fully about. I'll research it. I'll come back and I'll tell you what I know. But what I do know and what I do have are a particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for other fantasy football content creators. Skills that I can show you right here. What did I tell you about this guy? His knee went, instead of going like this, it went all the way left. Complete right angle left. You can't not tear your ACL and other ligaments. They said he only tore his MCL. That mechanism does not just tear your freaking MCL. Why? Because this is a tight squeeze right here. This ACL and PCL, they're designed to keep the knee joint tight. And when your knee goes this way, as you can imagine the ACL inside the knee, if it goes like this, I can't do that. If the ACL is pulling the joint tight, I only have so much wiggle room to go. Your MCL's right here, your LCL's right here, and your knee joint's pulled tight by your PCL and your ACL. If you go like this, look at this ligament. Pretend this is the MCL. If you go like this, naturally you're going to snap that MCL ligament for sure. But look at the ACL. There's no way you can't pull this ACL out to the point where it's a loose rubber band but connected into the joints. And then if you were to, let's say, just hypothetically move the knee joint around, your knee joint would flop around like this and it wouldn't do any good. the ACL is completely torn in half, or it's stretched to a third grade 3 tear, which is literally just dangling there and it does no good and it's stretched out. There's no way. I told everyone when his knee went like that, oh, he just tore his MCL. He didn't tear just his MCL. He ripped so much in that knee. And it will be very, 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 very hard for him to come back from this knee injury and be fully healthy in week 1. I know a lot of people are expecting it. Could he come back? Sure. But being ready in week 1 is very hard to imagine. If he did, he's probably going to have a ton of swelling. He's going to have a ton. And I know a lot of people are trying to say he will. Even if he comes back at all in 2024, I will be shocked. I will be completely shocked. And if he comes back in 2024 at all, I will be very nervous that he would re-injure his leg because his knees are jacked up. He's had this injury before in college. Instead of bending this way, it bent the entire other way. He's had 2 complete right angle, 90-degree angle tears on his knee going in the wrong direction. So prayers up to Chubb, but we knew there was more to this. I feel like the medical updates we get half the time in the NFL are half truths and half stories, but your boy's here to break it down the best we can, and he's virtually in a position to watch, his career dwindle. And unfortunately, and with prayers up to him, I really, really hope he does well. But he's not somebody that I'm targeting like next year to be some miraculous comeback player. That is all the news really today. Again, make sure if you hit your waiver wire, you're going after this man, Keaton Mitchell, who's an absolute gem, an absolute magnificent gem, and a player that you need to go get put on your team. Let me see if I have Mitchell somewhere here. I think I've got a Mitchell graphic. He deserves to be on screen right now. Let's put Mitchell right here. That's our boy right there. That's our boy. Let's move. Look, Warren, you've had enough FaceTime. We'll put you up over here. Keaton Mitchell is an absolute dog, waiting to be unleashed. He's number 1 this week to pick up. If you hit me with a Smitty, should I pick up McBride or Mitchell? Guess what you're doing? Get your running shoes on, pal. Hey, Smitty, should I pick up Noah Brown or Keaton Mitchell? Hey, Smitty, I really need a QB. Should I pick up Derek Carr or... Win a league player. The last player that has the capability, according to Smitty's famous odds of being the number 1 pickup of the year scale. 10. The answer is 10, Bob. Let's head over to the Super Chat Slayer with the first super of the evening. Always worthy of a standing O. Is K9 Ridley Dotson too much for Amon-Ra St. Brown? No, it is not. Smitty approved.
You've just been...
Very much okay with that trade, Slayer. That's not too much at all. We got a $20 hauler from Joe coming in like he owns the place. This man's an absolute $20 super chat hauler menace. I tell you, menace, and I love it.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
He's a menace, I tell you. He's an absolute straight menace. 4-5, 12-team PPR. Diggs owner needs a QB. Kyler, Lamar, you've got something to work with here, pal. C-Mac, HN, Mixon, Waddle, Olave, Ridley, Higgins, Andrews. Trade Lamar, Ridley, and Higgins for Diggs and T-Law.
Just been
That's how you do it, bro. Joe coming in not only with the $20 hauler fire, but coming in with the strong trade, my guy. I like that a lot. And that puts you in real good positioning. Only other thing I shop is Mixon, maybe with a player. Like maybe you're trading Mixon and Waddle for maybe like a cup. Mixon and Waddle could get you Diggs. Somebody crying about Diggs right now? I wouldn't be shocked if you pulled it off, my broski. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Red says, no, Joe. No, Joe. $20 haulers don't just belong to you. They belong to us all.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Red. This is a $25 hauler. Hey, Smitty, can I call in when you give me a grade on both my teams? Yeah, give me a second. Let me roll through these, Red, and then I want you to dial immediately in, my broski. You hear me? All right, Red, I'm going to keep you right here to remind me for you to call in, okay? So I'm going to put you in the corner here, and then I want you to dial into the show, Red. I'll tell you when. I'll give you the signal. This is from Who Dat Lolo, $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
That's my boy right there. Lolo, appreciate you. Smitty, I'm 6-3, 12-man, 0.5. Trade Diggs or Amon-Ra St. Brown for DK and Gibbs. Diggs or Amon-Ra for DK Gibbs. I need a running back 2. Tua, Diggs, Amon-Ra, Brees, Hunt, Kincaid. Look, if you could get a Mitchell off waivers, I'd do a full low drop on that, and I'd roll with Brees and Mitchell and call it a day. Hunt's been scoring a lot too, so it's weird to not use him when he's scoring a touchdown every single week. I don't know that I hate this trade, but I don't know that I would probably do it for Amon-Ra if you felt the need and you felt confident in DK. I don't know how confident I feel in DK, but I'm Smitty approving this if you believe in DK. Gibbs and DK for Amon-Ra is doable. It's just there's some risk to it. I mean, Amon-Ra is the best player in the deal. As much as we love Gibbs, we would be so grateful if we got Amon-Ra's production all year from Gibbs, which we're kind of getting, but if we continue to see that, we're grateful. So you're kind of hoping that works out, and I think it probably has a good chance to. I would say just don't trade Diggs. I know Diggs has been slumping, but I feel like Diggs has a little bit more firepower. But does the chat agree or disagree? Would any of you just say keep Diggs and Amon-Ra, or would anybody trade Diggs over Amon-Ra? I'm a little bit curious. I'd love to see the chat vote on this one. Let's see what you guys think. Drop your thoughts on that one. This one's from Casio. Appreciate you, Casio, dropping the super chat. This one's from Where. I'm going to put you guys all in an order here. Order in which you have been received. Piff. We're going to put Piff right here. Appreciate you, Piffy. Piffmeister. Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. I'm coming for you all right here. I'm going to put them all right here. Alex M in the building. Appreciate you, Alex. Picks dropping a $10 wad. He's going to get a moonshot, you filthy animal. This one here from Ozzy. Ozzy, appreciate you. Young, appreciate you. Got you guys all queued up and ready to go. Hollins, $4.99 hauler. Let's go, Hollins. This is one from KH3. That's my boy, Blue. Speaking of Blue, Oliver, my boy. There you go, Blue. And then Thomas. Let's answer Thomas's super chat here. Thomas's was offered Devonta Smith for Brian Robinson. Look, Brian's been playing great, but I'm going to take Devonta Smith. I just think Devonta Smith is going to continue to improve and be amazing. So, but you're not crazy to say I'd rather have the RB. It's definitely something that I think could be argued for sure. You got a great point, Smitty, says Wild Bill. Keeping Sun God all day. Get rid of Diggs. He's already got 1 foot out the door, says Liquid. But we're not too worried. We're worried about this year, and could he still deliver with 1 foot out the door, if that's the way you feel. And it's not totally up to him. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the chat. I would never trade Sun God, says Swaggy. And I kind of feel the same way. Smitty approve him doing it if he feels like he needs to make a move to win. Like he knows he's banking on DK. I would rather have probably Sun God, but I love Gibbs. You guys know how much I love Gibbs. So, like, it's not the craziest trade in the world to me. Thank you, Greg, and Dad Bod Warriors dropping supers right here. Let me put you guys in the corner here. You guys are going to be helped after I get through this lot of amazing folks here. $5 hauler. Cup and Kenneth Walker the third for Waddle. Cup and Walker for Waddle. Bijan, Kincaid, Laporta. So you're choosing between Kincaid or Laporta. The need for tight ends is not going to force me to do this. I feel like you can figure something out. First of all, make sure McBride's not available. There's some tight ends that are available in terms of waiver wire guys, but I don't think I'm doing this, bro. Kupp and Kenneth Walker feel a little bit more valuable to me. It's close. It's not horrible, but I don't know that I'm doing that trade. I feel like it's not enough for me. Okay, this one right here, Singletary or Keaton Mitchell rest of season. KH3, you know the rules. You know the rules. Super chat or not, you know the rules. Appreciate the question, though. No slander toward Keaton Mitchell on this live stream. $5 hauler traded T-Law and DJ for Mahomes. In a super flex, bro?
Got him.
King 25 code 428. Dispatch Vito Popo. Popo has been dispatched. King 25 out.
Unbelievable, bro. Your team's phenomenal. Derek, you did a monster trade there, bro. Everybody in here is jealous that you're pulling off these kind of moves. You're playing with a bunch of grandmas, but it doesn't matter. Trade Barkley for Puka. I would rather have Puka Nacua young than Barkley and probably the worst offense in the National Football League. Drop Ridley or Addison for Nico. I think the answer is Addison and Nico are close. I don't drop Ridley yet. I know everybody wants to drop him. I'm not going to drop him. But I could understand you could drop your kicker and then buy yourself some time to make a trade. I would say find a way to own all three. I can't tell you to drop one of those guys. Drop your kicker for now. $10 hauler. We'll work on a two for one trade. $10 hauler from Picks. Trade Bijan and Stroud for Chase. I have Lamar. Absolutely take Jamar Chase in that situation. You've been Smitty approved on that one. I would have Sun God. Yeah, if I don't do this trade, I have Devonta Smith in the flex. Well, I love Devonta Smith in the flex. I don't want you to put Devonta Smith on the bench, but you maybe can make another trade. And, depth is not bad at all. That's a good trade. I'd rather move that depth around. It's look, it's week 11. It's go time. Time to beef up the lineup using some depth. Sup, Smitty, trade Pollard, Ridley for Cooper Kupp.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Pick says read the rest. Did I not? There's more to it. Let's see here. Read the ret, you said. Read the ret. If I don't do that, I would have Sun God, but my running backs would be Eckler and Tajay Spears. If I don't do this trade, I have Devonta Smith in the flex, and I keep Bijan. I still feel like... Yeah, I guess it is important to read that whole thing, isn't it, Picks? I would probably say I like Jamar Chase right now. I would figure out something else, make another trade. Like, you can still trade. I don't think it'd make me scared into trying to back myself into a corner. Like, go get Keaton Mitchell, bro. Not saying use Devonta Smith to get him, but go get Keaton Mitchell. There's got to be another trade. I think getting Jamar Chase is a smart move. I like Bijan, I do. I don't think Bijan's somebody that we're running from, but Jamar Chase is a great player to acquire right now. I think it's a smart trade. Let's see here. Kyler, Henry, Najee, Hollywood, Scary Terry, Kirk, Lockett. Send me to the moon. Why am I no offense, Brian, but why am I sending you to the moon with this team? Kyler, Henry, Najee. Najee lost his job. Send me to the moon. 12-man, 4-6 record. I can't send this team to the moon, Ryan. I'm sorry. I know you super chatted, but I can't send this team to the moon, pal. I don't know what we're talking about here. It looked like you gave me your backups. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're requesting moonshots when we got teams that look like... What are we doing? I don't hand out moonshots like candy, bro. I don't care if it's a $20 hauler. You know you're going to get my honest opinion. I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, but I can't give you a moonshot. Full PPR 12-man Laporta Flowers for Diggs. What do I look like? Of course I'm doing that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's an absolute smash. That's a got him trade, Piff. You get that pulled off, tell me we'll hit the got him button officially. Trade Dell for Pacheco and K9 for Devontae Adams. You spelled it wrong. Yeah. Devontae Adams. Never mind. Yeah, I definitely take Adams on this one. Dell, Pacheco. Even Steven. Del Pacheco, depending on need. Dad bod Warriors, Garrett Wilson, Cooper for Diggs. Give me Diggs all day long. I'm not scared of Diggs right now. Chase and Kenneth Walker for Lamb and Henry. Give me Chase and Kenneth Walker very easily. This one here, full PPR trade ETN for Bijan and DJ Moore. I mean, look, it's arguable, but I'm going to keep the better player, ETN. $10 hauler from where?
To the moon.
Where, my guy? Dropping a squad here. Ryan, send me to the moon. 4 and 6. Look at this roster. You know what? Maybe we do send Ryan to the moon. 4 and 6 is pretty impressive with that squad, Ryan. You look like a shuttle pilot for sure. I mean, to take that team through treacherous waters like that and come out 4 and 6, I am impressed. Sent JSN, got Keaton Mitchell.
Got him.
In no way, shape, or form a negative comment toward JSN, though. He's just not unlocked. So I love that trade. This one here, trade AK Alvin Kamara Kyler for ETN Fields. That's pretty even. I would say ETN and AK, you could argue back and forth. I'd rather have ETN by a hair. Saquon for Adams. Give me Adams. Rest of the team, Herbie. Yeah, you can afford to make that trade. So I go after, with this team, I go after the better RB. That's ETN to me. And I like the move. Smitty approve.
You've just been Smitty approved.
And then we got this one from Greg. Greg, appreciate you, my broski, dropping a super chat on screen. Ian with the $5 hauler. Ian, you're a monster. Dad bod Warriors following up with another super chat because he is a warrior and he's a super chat warrior and a dad bod warrior at the same time. And this one here, so may have to take a lap, but pick up Warren or Mitchell. Well, I got the answer for you here, Cam. Pick up Jalen Warren, who I love, who we did a video on, absolute gem, or Keaton Mitchell. I told you we were going to get questions no matter what. People can't help it. They just want to hear it. They want to hear it come out of my mouth. Keaton Mitchell. Do it live. Appreciate your super chat. Dadbot Warrior, what move would you make? 10-man, 5-5, Mahomes, Fields, AK, Kenneth Walker, Amon, Wilson, Kincaid, Cooper. Cooper and Kenneth Walker for Eckler. Cooper and Hopkins. Cooper and Garrett Wilson for Diggs. Apparently Diggs is free today. People are dogging Diggs in the chat left and right. And that's okay. There's every reason to feel negative about him. But I'm saying the value's there to buy low. Fields, who needs a quarterback, my guy? That's probably your best entry point. What team needs a QB? Give them Fields. Hopefully you get good Fields news tomorrow. The news today isn't great. But Fields and Garrett Wilson for a Cooper Kupp. Fields and Garrett Wilson for a Devontae Adams even. Like, look, you could throw a Fields in and get that upgrade and feel confident. Kupp, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper to those guys as well. If you didn't want to trade Garrett Wilson, easiest way to maneuver with that team would be to do those moves. $5 hauler could use help deciding on some trades. Could send Javonte and DJ Moore for Puka. That's a lot, but I get it, and I probably would still barely do it. I'd rather have Cooper Kupp. I'd rather have Diggs. I'd rather have Chase. I'd rather have, a couple of those guys. But, of course, you can't always get what you want. Olave and Brees for Diggs. I'd do that. And lastly, Gibbs, Moore, and Ridley for Adams and Pacheco. I probably would rather hold off on that one if possible. Not that it doesn't make sense to some degree, but I think that's the one I like the least, at least, is how I could put it. Thank you for the super chat. If you got follow-ups, you can definitely call in or drop another super. Trade Dak for Thielen. There's got to be other wide receivers you could get. Puka, Devontae Adams. I just feel like there's better ideas than Thielen. Look, I know Thielen's been playing great. I don't mind it. It's not bad. 12-man full PPR Swift for DK and Keaton. I'd take DK and Keaton and run Piff. That's fantastic. Fane, gotta win out. Need a miracle. 3-7, 12-team PPR moves to make Kyler, Ayuk, Waddle, Godwin, Bijan, Pacheco, and Njoku, Sanders. Okay, that is a tough one, my guy. I would say I don't know. You don't have any sell high candidates, my guy. You almost have to bank on Mitchell balling out. Okay, Bijan. So maybe you start those two running backs. Put Mitchell into your running back 2 spot. And then after you do that, you put Mitchell in your running back 2 spot. You go ahead and you trade Pacheco and Godwin for 1 cup, Puka Nacua, Devontae Smith, etc., etc. So that's probably a maneuver 1. Then from there, Fane, we got to re-examine it. But that would be step number 1, is trading away Pollard for Kincaid. Oh, no, not Kincaid. Keaton Mitchell or Warren too low. Probably, yes. We're going to talk about how do you trade away Pollard right now. So trading away Pollard, the best way to do that, and that's what the whole point of the show is, and I'm 36 minutes in and I haven't even discussed it yet. That's the way we usually operate. Trading away Pollard would be something along the lines of Keaton Mitchell and Deebo Samuel. Keaton Mitchell and Devontae Adams if you're feeling crafty and your owners don't know what the hell is going on. Keaton Mitchell and a player for Tony Pollard. There's no reason you should be trading for Keaton Mitchell as if he's already done it, because he hasn't. He's still an enigma at this point, one we really very, very much like. And this one, Diggs for Cooper Kupp and Higgins. I'd rather have the Diggs side by a hair. And then Bijan, Algier, Henry for Eckler and Pacheco. I'd rather have Eckler and Pacheco. Thank you for the super chat. Bay Area, you're live on the show. What can I do for you? Red, go ahead and call in. I'm good, bro. What can I do for you?
Warren for like a while. So obviously now looks like I'm in a good place. Obviously I have A-Chan as well. And then I also have Bijan obviously on bye week. Anything, because I have Bijan, I have Rashad White, and then I have Achane. Do you think it's a good play for me to maybe make a move and maybe let go of Warren and maybe upgrade, maybe I have McLaurin, Nico Collins, and Amari Cooper as wide receivers?
I don't know. You're kind of all over the place. Why don't you ask a question? Start over with the question, because you read off a lot and then you started. Go ahead.
All good. So, what do you think I should do? You think I should trade off Warren for maybe upgrading a wide receiver?
Okay, so give me your wide receivers.
My wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, Nico Collins, Amari Cooper. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so if we were to say something along the lines of Amari and Warren, yes, I would trade those two guys and in exchange get someone like Cooper Kupp, someone like Puka Nacua, someone like, you're going to be hard-pressed to get something bigger than that. Like Puka Nacua, even a potential Devonta Smith if you liked him that much more. I personally love Smith. So for me, it'd be worth throwing in Warren. But if that's not your cup of tea, go see what the Keaton Mitchell owner has. Maybe Keaton Mitchell owner has Deebo. And then you do a crafty 2-for-2, Mitchell and Deebo for this combo. Because I kind of like Deebo near this, but it deserves a little more. You give me a Mitchell and I'm happy. I'm fine overpaying.
Okay. Yeah, all right, cool. That was just my main question.
All right. Call back if you got another one. Thank you, Bay Area. Red, appreciate your super chat. my man Red. What can I do for you?
What's going on, brother? You doing all right?
What's up?
I'm trying to get a grade with both my teams, man. I'm 6-4 in my first league, and I'm 7-3. In my
Hurry,
second
you got
league.
2 teams. We got to do it fast because that's a lot. But go ahead as fast as you can on team 1.
Team 1 is Jackson, quarterback, Gibbs, running back, Ford, running back, Lamb, wide receiver, Flowers, wide receiver, Kelsey tight end, Collins flex, Cowboys defense, Tucker, and then bench is Olave, Watson, Love, Lyons, Foreman, Hill, and Higgins.
Okay, who's your other running back? You get Gibbs and who?
Ford. Jerome Ford.
You got Lamb, and who's your other wide receiver?
Flowers.
Okay.
And Collins and Olave.
Yeah. All right. So
and also have Watson.
Yeah, this team, if I had to say what I would rank it probably in a league, I'd say you're probably like 6 or 7. Yeah, out of 12. Maybe a little bit above midway, and that's probably what your record is, right? I mean, you're somewhere around there or lower.
I'm 6-4.
Well, you're doing pretty good. I mean, I love Lamar. I love Gibbs. Ford's actually playing very well. Lamb's playing out of his mind. Kelsey. Actually, I'd say you're. And when I say 6 or 7, I mean you're ranking. Let's call it 8. You're 8th out of 12. 12. So that's what I would say this team feels like. Olave's really your wild card. If Olave steps up and Ford continues to play well, you could knock off one team at a time in the playoffs and win a championship with this team. I don't think you have to freak out.
I'm second in the ranking right now.
Yeah,
second.
I just think you do need a couple of those things. And if for any reason Keith Mitchell's available, you got to grab him because of what he could potentially do for safeguarding this running back 2 spot. But this is a good squad. I mean, the reason I call you 6 or 7, maybe out of 12, so just over midway, is because Kelsey's been underperforming. Gibbs took a long time. Lamb's been fire. Olave's been slow moving. So it's just kind of like not everything's coming together all the time for you throughout the entire season. But I do think that if, like I said, Ford continues and Olave continues to do well, and let's say Winston gets in there, I don't know. It sounds like Carr could start after the bye week, but we'll have to see. Hopefully they make the right decision. This team could bounce back. All right, hit me with your second team.
Oh, also on that team I have Higgins too.
Okay, that's
he's
not
wanting the wild card. But.
Yeah, you could trade Ford and Higgins, try and go after one player, or trade Higgins for Keith Mitchell. I'd do that.
Yeah.
All right, hit me with your second team real quick.
Okay, my league, it's a double flex league. My main quarterback is Jalen Hurts, Bijan Robinson, Ford again, Swift, Tank Dell, Gabe Davis, Mark Andrews, DJ Moore, Javonte Williams, kickers Patterson, Bills defense. But on my bench, I have A.J. Brown and Christian Watson and Butker, the kicker for Kansas City.
Okay, yeah, let's give A.J. Brown the respect he deserves. Even on the bye week, we need to put him in here. Okay.
Well, they're on the.
I know, but we're evaluating a roster here. Okay, so Hurts, A.J.B., Bijan, Ford, Swift, Dell, Gabe Davis, Andrews. Very, very good team. The only potential moves to make would be Javonte and DJ Moore, or Javonte and Swift, or DJ Moore and Swift, or DJ Moore and Ford, or Javonte and Ford. I'm definitely looking to potentially package a bunch of these guys to get combos of those guys to go get one Cooper Kupp, one Puka Nacua. Take a screenshot of this list here. I'm going to play it at 43 minutes and 50 seconds into the show. So go back and screenshot this, whatever. But just go get a combination of these guys that are on this screen, whether it's Achane, whether it's even Debo, Kyron. I even buy Pollard if I'm you. Why not play with the house's money? People are selling Pollard like he's nothing. So I go after Pollard. I go after Puka. I go after Devontae Smith. I go after Cooper Kupp. These are some of I have week 10 on here. Why do I have week 10 on here? It's week 11. Why does it say week 10? Probably coming out of week 10 when I wrote that. Let me fix that. So yeah, go check it out. Screenshot that and come back to me when you got a couple offers. But definitely Javonte and DJ Moore, Swift and even Dell and Swift, Dell and Ford, Javonte and Dell, DJ Moore and whatever, Bijan and even DJ Moore. If you could go into an Eckler or a player a little bit higher than Bijan, but I think you'll probably find somebody that'll give you a Puka, give you a Cooper Kupp, give you a Devontae Smith, give you a Deebo Samuel, give you an Achane, give you someone of that degree by giving them two players. Who's your second quarterback?
Which league? Dobbs.
In League 2, Dobbs. You could always shop.
Dobbs.
You could always shop Dobbs. To see what a QB needy team would do. All right, hey Red, appreciate you.
Yeah. Appreciate it, boss. Have a good one, brother.
All right, Al from New York. I got to put you on the 30-second timer. I can't do full team evaluations on these. Go ahead, hit it.
Real quick, I just got offered Keaton Mitchell and who's this other guy? David Montgomery, and the guy wants Kincaid from me. My other tight end is Taysom Hill.
He only wants Kincaid?
He only wants Kincaid, and he's offering me Mitchell and Monty.
And this isn't a like dynasty or something, right?
No, this is just a redraft super flex league. My other RBs are Khalil Herbert, Eckler, Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, I don't even care. Like, it's irrelevant. It's a great trade. Mitchell and Monty. I love Kincaid, but Monty is worth more than Kincaid all by himself in fair market value dollars, my man. And Mitchell, you get this crafty mofo right here. Smash.
You've just been
looking good in that in the polo.
Yeah, good job. All right, let me head over to Nate. Nate, appreciate you. You're live. You got 30, Nate.
What's up, Smitty? So I'm having Achane coming off IR this weekend, so I'm trying to figure out who to trade away / trade. I think on the chopping block I have, Tajay Spears. I'd like to hold him, obviously. Amari Cooper, or I guess I could also go with like a trade for like James Cook are kind of the three that I'm like debating as to like who to. I don't really know if any of them are drops, but I don't really know who to target like trade.
Well, I'm not telling you to cut any one of these guys, but you can't cut Amari and James Cook. You just can't. I'm not saying to cut Spears, but like you can't cut these two guys. These are not droppable players. Spears, as much as he could win leagues, he's not necessarily, any sort of like home run. He's a sleeping giant that may never get awoken. So it's a really easy call, to be honest with you. So I would say this is your drop. But could you make some sort of trade before the week starts? Sure. Could you drop your kicker, buy yourself some more time? Sure. Those are all moves I potentially look at. But there's no way at all I'm cutting these two guys. It shouldn't even be in the conversation. In fact, you wasted my marker on those two names. But I would maybe make a trade though. I mean, look, I still trade Amari. I still potentially trade James Cook. Those aren't like gems to me. They're definitely players I look to trade, but they've got a lot of value.
All right, fair enough. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, try James Cook and Amari for Puka, Devontae Smith. You got Achane. Pollard. I give up both those guys for Pollard. I know some might say I'd rather have James Cook than Pollard, and maybe that's arguable. And I'm not saying to do that straight up. You get something, but or maybe you do Amari Cooper. This doesn't really solve much of your problems because you're just doing 1-for-1. But trade Amari straight up for Pollard. I don't know if you can land that, and then if you could do Cook for Pollard, I would honestly take the chance on Pollard. To be honest, this offense is going to maybe even change with the play calling. Who knows what they do? This guy Cook can't hold on to the ball. He's playing basketball, dribbling the football down the field after he'd already fumbled and just almost gave the game away. He can't hold on to the ball. Who the hell knows what happens? I'm definitely selling Cook for Pollard and taking that gamble. I wouldn't give up both Amari and Cook. But if you did give up Amari and Cook for Pollard and something, what if he had Keaton Mitchell? What if he has something you could throw in here that looks really attractive that he might be undervaluing? So look at the 2 for 2. All right, later, bro.
Great.
All right, we got some. We're gonna go back to the super chats because they've kind of rolled in here. Red, appreciate you dialing in. Thank you again for the $25 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend. This is Olat. Is trading away Pollard for Mitchell or Warren Tula? Already answered that one. Yeah, that's a travesty in terms of the sell low value. Bijan on a buy. I have to start Pacheco. Move Bijan. It depends. Can you get Achane? Can you get a Devontae Adams? Can you get a Puka Nacua? Can you get a Cooper Kupp? Can you give up a little bit and get maybe one of those guys? Then absolutely I move him. I think that there's safe ways to move him and not feel bad about yourself if he goes nuts. Pollard for Deebo Samuel. Gibbs, Taylor roster. I'd probably say Debo's got a little more value than Pollard right now. I'd rather have Pollard than Debo personally. And that gives you a barometer as to where I would send Pollard. So back to the age-old question here of the show, which I've taken so long to address. I'm so sorry. I did address it a little bit, but how do you trade Pollard? If you have Pollard and you want to send him away, you could do trade 1 for 2s. You could go after potentially a Keaton Mitchell, which I think is the anchor of your trade. An anchor meaning you go to that player, you see what that team has, and then what other player do they have that you could throw onto that side that doesn't make the scale just slam down and them say, hell no. So Pollard for Mitchell and what? Debo is one of my favorite targets to potentially go get. So Mitchell and Debo. Other wide receivers that make a lot of sense there would be a Devontae Smith, but he's not as doubted this week as he was in previous weeks, but it's still possible. Mitchell, and if I go to thefantasyfootballshow.com rankings, which you can also do to check out my rankings, The Fantasy Football Show, year-round rankings, and the rankings are going to be, they're updated year-round, but I can't wait till January 1 when I do the 2024 update, and it's right there on January 1. The ball's dropping, everybody's out boozing, doing their thing. That's okay, no judgment, but I'm here. In the layer, in the lab, dropping rankings, doing it live, and that's what your boy is going to be doing on January 1. But if I look at this list and I say something like, okay, who could you go get in conjunction with Mitchell? Let's go to the Mitchell team. Does the Mitchell player owner have Waddle? Does the Mitchell owner have, let's call it, even Ayuk would be interesting. Pollard for Ayuk and Mitchell. Really, Mitchell is the guy I'm super excited about. And it's like, what can you get that's fair enough? Can it be a Puka? Can it be a Hopkins? Can it be an Ayuk? It's potentially doable. Those are all potentially doable players that you could throw into the mix for this. But that's if you're trading away. I'm sorry, I didn't even put that back up. So if you're trading away Pollard, okay, you're trading away Pollard, you're getting Mitchell and that player. Now, acquiring Pollard, because I told you that this video was going to include both, acquiring Pollard is also a very similar proposition. Acquiring Pollard is similar proposition in that it's difficult. You're maybe giving up one player or two players. And the crafty part about this is you could send those Amari Coopers that you're already worried about. You're contemplating, do you start these players each week? And so you can accumulate one or two of these guys and send them off for Tony Pollard. No one's asking you to go buy Tony Pollard at running back 1 value. Every single price that you're going to pay for Tony Pollard that will be very easily executed will be around the low end running back 2/running back 3 value. So I think everyone needs to adjust it and adapt. It's like I say, when you go out of the room, close the door and walk back in and look at Pollard's value. Remember when Kenny Walker had Charbonnet drafted onto the roster during the NFL draft? Everybody freaked out. And I said to everybody, okay, look, Walker was a top 15 overall pick. Charbonnet was drafted, and then all of a sudden Walker's value was in shambles. And what I said to people week in and week out was, you need to let go of what Walker was. And if you drafted Walker or owned him in a dynasty league, it is what it is. And I think he'll be okay. And he has been pretty damn good so far this year. Kenny Walker to the freaking moon. But what I said to people was, it was very important to walk out of the room, clear your head, Walk back in the room and look at what Walker's new value was. He was a 4th and 5th round player, sometimes later, and we stole him away. We got him at the same value we got him the year prior, and people just absolutely sat on their hands because they couldn't let go of what Walker was. They kept thinking about what Walker was. I don't like Walker now that Charbonnet's there. No one's asking you to like him at top 15 overall value, Bob. He's now in round 4, 5, or 6. So the same thing with Pollard. Everybody that's upset at him, he's garbage, nobody wants. He's now a running back 2/3. And if you don't buy him at that, look, you're playing with the house's money. It's very easy to acquire him. You don't have to give up very much at all. But if you sit on your hands, Maggie from Repo or Steve from accounting is going to march into Bob's office and steal Pollard out from under you. And you're going to sit there and go, damn, maybe I should have done something. But I didn't. Rock out, Marsman, rock out. You're live on the show. What can I do for you, pal?
Yeah, should I get a backup QB? I'm just rolling with Burrow right now.
Backup QB rolling with Burrow. Well, context matters, my guy. Context matters a whole bunch on this one.
The best option's Purdy.
And who would you be dropping?
Either Jets defense or Dotson.
And who's your starting defense if you drop the Jets defense?
Cowboys.
Okay, drop Dodson. I hate to say it, but can you trust him right now? You know, he comes out as 2 monster games, goes out, doesn't do anything. So just pick up Purdy, be safe with your quarterback option, and kind of just take him away from any other owner that might be able to scoop him up and use him. So I'd say, yeah, get Purdy. Do it live.
Yeah, how about Chandler or Brown?
Chandler or Noah Brown? Probably, I guess Noah Brown for now, but tough to say. It's pretty close, Rockout. That's a pretty close one. Preference. Position of need.
Basically, my next best receivers is like JSN and Dotson right now.
Yeah, he's probably worth it in that situation. I like both of them. They're both about equal. All right, call back if you got another one, Rock Out. Appreciate you. Travis Rowe.
Cool.
Hey, Smitty.
What's up?
Is T-Law droppable? I have Howell and Kyler right now.
Yeah, I mean it depends who you're picking up, but yeah, he's in general in a vacuum he's droppable. But if you tell me you're dropping him for I don't know. You have to give me an example.
I don't necessarily have anyone right now. I'm just, if someone gets dropped this week in the league or something, like Noah Brown, would you bother picking him up?
If you need a wide receiver, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind that if you need a wide receiver, but I don't know that it's like a lock. You know, it could go either way. Like T-Law still could be good. I know everyone hates him right now, and I get it. Played the Niners. The Niners really upped their game. In the grand scheme of things, T-Law has been playing, actually, if you take fantasy out of it, he's been playing pretty well in terms of getting this team where they need to be at the end of the game. And, he struggles. It's kind of an offensive, I think, coordinator issue. But he hasn't delivered until, like, the end of a game, and they end up squeaking by a win. And they played pretty well this year. Like, I think people get too caught up in, the small little short term. Like, I think, like, if this is the first part of the season, not first part, but the big chunk of the season, weeks 1 through 10, like, do I think that in weeks 11 through 17 that he could be, instead of being outside the top 12, could he be like a 9 to 12 QB? I think he could. I really do. I think that a lot of it comes down to if Ridley and him get on the same page. But is he droppable? Sure. I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. And just real quick, Hawkinson, are you rating him like above Laporta now? or do you think he's
Yeah.
going to come back to earth? Or
I think he's
'cause
I think he's 3 to 4, and I think Laporta's 4 to 6. So they're both
Okay,
they're
'cause
both they're both
still-
great. And you know, maybe and as you can see there's overlap, like 4 and 4. Like they both can be exactly the same at certain points, but I think Hawkinson deserves to be, and Dobbs knows how to use the tight end pretty well. Like I think this is a good match. And Laporta, you know, is a rookie, so he's going to naturally be up and down. He's going to have good streaks, and that's just gonna be the nature of a rookie pass catcher, whether it's a tight end or receiver. All right, last one. I got to jump to these others real quick.
Yeah, just going off of that, I'm trying to get a deal done for Cup and Ford, but would you do Hawkinson just straight up for Cup if I can't get the full deal done?
I would draft Cup over Hawkinson 10 times out of 10.
Okay, and it sounds like Stafford might be back, right?
Yeah. He was never a threat to.
If not, Wentz might be okay. So.
Yeah, it's never a threat that Stafford wouldn't be back. It's a matter of does he stay on the field once he's back. But yeah.
Okay, so you'd trade Laporta first, but if I had to put Hawkinson in over Laporta,
yeah,
do that. Okay,
all
awesome.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. All right, Sebastian, you got 30, pal.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm wondering what I need to do at running back. Context is I'm 8-2. I drafted Pollard and then I bought Kenneth Walker kind of low, but I'm kind of worried about the schedule about Walker, and then like Pollard just hasn't done anything all year. Well, what would you recommend I do?
Who else do you have at running back?
Connor's my 3, so I have like no depth.
Connor is your 3. Man, you almost have to. You either got to bank on both these guys and just let it ride, or you try and get into an Achane using Walker or Pollard, and then you get not necessarily both of them, but trade one of them with a wide receiver, one of them with something. I don't know what wide receivers do you have?
I bought Jay Dennis low. I drafted AJB and I drafted Devonta Smith. So it'd probably be Christian Watson's probably the most valuable receiver that I'd want to move with.
Who's your quarterback, bro? You're 8-2. Great job, by the way.
Yeah. I've been turning waivers all year, and I landed a home run in Howell, and I managed to get Kyler.
Okay, so Howell and Kyler. And what about Keaton Mitchell?
He's rostered.
Damn. Okay, so honestly, you know, maybe that sucks that you can't get, like, if Keaton Mitchell were there, that might be. Maybe who does the Keaton Mitchell owner have?
Let me pull that up.
All right, hang tight. Actually, go ahead real quick. I gotta let you roll here. You're way over 30, but I want to help you real quick. So read it off real quick.
Mitchell, he's on. See what team he's on. McCaffrey, Kamara with Adams and Thielen.
Okay, so I wonder if you could get Adams and Mitchell for one of these guys, and then I don't know if you could throw somebody else back that's not obviously Devonta Smith, JJ, or AJ Brown. You're not touching those guys, but I wonder. And does he need a QB by chance?
Mahomes.
Okay. Oh, you said Mahomes. I honestly, can you start 4 wide receivers or no?
One flex, 2 receivers, so no.
Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, you're kind of stuck, bro. You can't even do that trade.
That's a hole, isn't it? Because I also have McBride at tight end too, so it's like I don't have any other holes to fill.
Yeah, you know, unless you can trade like Walker, yeah, you there's nothing you can do, bro. Just write it out. You got such a good team. You're 8-2. If your quarterbacks step up, and even one of these guys step up, your receivers might carry you. You know, I would try my best to maybe buy using like. I mean, this might sound crazy, bro. I don't know. You put Connor in your running back 2 spot, and you trade Pollard or Walker with Howell or Kyler or both to go get Mahomes from that guy or to go get Josh Allen. And then if you got that signal caller in with one of these guys and Connor in that spot, I don't know. I like your team even better. It's crazy, but it's a move I would make.
What about Walker Pollard for CMC? Because he's on that team.
I would definitely give up both of them for CMC and then go Connor. Absolutely. But explore that one, but also explore getting that top 1 to 3 quarterback using one of the RBs. I'd preferably get rid of Pollard if you could. And if you give them Howell and Kyler and Pollard, all for Mahomes, do it. Just do it. Put Connor in your lineup. You'll smash with that team. All right, got to run. Appreciate you, Sebastian. Call back when you got an update. All right, let me get to these supers. I got them here piling up here. Start Keaton Mitchell this week over Connor. I would, but that's a tough one. That's close. I mean, honestly, maybe we'll know more later in the week. It sounds like they're going to use Mitchell more, but we need a little more information on Connor and etc. So, but that's a close call. Connor could certainly have a good day. Dropping Pollard for either Kyren or Keaton Mitchell. Okay, number one, Kyren is a top 5 running back, so you've got to grab him. So that's definitely a must. And that's I forgot your league has the very, very small benches, so it's crazy. I know to some people to say Kyler is available, but when you can only roster like a couple bench guys, you can't wait. There's no IR. You can't wait on Kyren because you'll lose doing so. So it makes sense that everybody's racing to go get him. But I would put in for Kyren, also put in for Keaton Mitchell in case you don't get him. I've been trying to trade mates for weeks. Yeah. So I don't know that I'm dropping. Yeah, in your league, Pollard's droppable because there are Kyrens on waivers, so it makes sense. And nobody make fun of Superfish's league because it's one of those really like strange, barely no bench leagues. You can't have a player out. I Smitty approved Kyren over Pollard. Let me just put it that way. $5 hauler, 10-team non-PPR 4 and 6 trade AJB for Kupp and Hurts. Yes. I smashed the hell out of that trade. I have Dak, Puka, then you trade Dak. Dak's pretty tradable right now, Eric. Smash the hell out of that trade. Look, AJB's awesome, but guess what? So is getting that lot that you got right there. 6 and 4, 10 PPR. I have offer on the table my Diggs, Swift, and Christian Watson and Singletary for Burrow, Higgins, DK, Kenneth Walker. You got to hit that trade, bro. Number one, Swift. What's Swift going forward? We love him. We loved him all offseason. We supported him, but we don't know what he is. Watson, we don't know what he is. Diggs, we really don't know exactly what he is. We know he's a great buy low and definitely a hold. But in this situation, you're getting Burrow, you're getting Kenneth Walker, you're getting DK, Higgins. I don't mind it at all. I think it's a pretty smart move. And especially if you need a quarterback. If that's a good quarterback maneuver for you, then you got to do the trade. That's a lot of talent. Walker's worth it, I think. He's got a tough schedule, but he's also a good buy. 6 and 4, 10-team Hurts, Howell, Etienne, Hall, Pollard, Bigsby, Charbonnet, Chase, JJ, Addison, Downs, Dotson, Laporta, Tyreek Hill. Rate my team. And real quickly to go back to, I think it was whoever had that team, Ronaldo or whoever it was. If you don't need Burrow, then it kind of changes my answer. But if Burrow's becomes your instant starting quarterback, then that's why it's a smash. 6 and 4, it's a good team here. Rate my team any move. Saints or Browns? I guess I'd go Browns, causing more havoc. I would assume. So Hurts, love it. Etienne, Hall, Pollard. I really actually don't mind that at all. Hall is not as bad as people make him out to be. I'm sorry, Pollard's not as bad as people make him out to be in terms of owning him right now. I think there's still value. Are we concerned? Hell yeah. Is Dowdle going to maybe get more work? Maybe. But I still think it's not worth getting rid of him cheaply. But if you could trade Pollard for, let's say, Pollard and Addison for Kupp, Pollard and Addison for Puka, Pollard and Addison for Devontae Adams, then I do it. Then I send them packing. Bye-bye, Tony Pollard. We'll see you next year. Pack it in. That's the move to potentially make. Hall and Pollard for Eckler together. Do it live. Throw in an Addison. Throw in a Downs or Dotson. You've got 2 tight ends. You could take a gamble on Taysom Hill coming back to life again, or you could say, let me just pack that in and put, keep Laporta in there, or throw Taysom Hill in. Taysom Hill, Pollard, Hall, all for one player like Eckler, certainly doable. JT, doable. ETN, you already got ETN. That should suffice for now. Come back if you got another one. $5 hauler, 6-4 record. 12-man non-PPR Dak, Kyler, maybe shop one of them. Eckler, Mixon and Kyler, Mixon and Dak might be a nice little package to send out. Achane, love it. You could even send Mixon and the quarterback for a wide receiver because you got 2 RBs. You're set. Edwards is a decent one too to have in the wings. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pittman, Thielen, keep Andrews. So Thielen or Pittman or either one of those guys with Mixon, and if you can use Kyler, you can up it even more. But start sending out offers to go get Kupp, Nakua, Devontae Smith type guys, and go higher than Devontae if you can. Even Diggs is doable. If this guy needs a quarterback, you send him Kyler and Thielen and Mixon for Diggs, you can get that done. That's not an impossible trade. Jamar Chase, not an impossible trade at all. I don't think so. Not on my watch. Big Tone, $5 hauler, 10-man grandma league, 3-7. Goff, Murray, Howell, Swift, AK, Kyron, Monty, Garrett Wilson, Olave, Ridley, Pickens, Kelsey. Trade ideas. If you can trade a quarterback, you trade a quarterback. If you can't, you can't. Swift and said quarterback for slight running back upgrade. I'm thinking Kenny Walker. I'm thinking I'd even trade maybe a Swift and Garrett Wilson for Cooper Kupp, for those players we've been tossing out all show long. Devontae Adams, Olave and Swift for hold the phone. You got AK, Kyron, and Monty. You don't need a Swift. You don't need a running back. This is a Swift and Garrett Wilson, Swift and Olave, Swift and Kyler Murray or Howell, trading one of them. Swift and Garrett Wilson, Swift and Olave, Swift and Pickens. You're going after a wide receiver and only a wide receiver. You are set at RB. That is your focal point. Adams, Puka, Cooper Kupp are your 3 main targets. Go do it live. Go give up a plethora of talent. Not name those bigger player names. Swift, Stevenson, Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Hollywood, Logan Thomas, Fields, Mayfield, Zeke, Pop Douglas. Got offered Mostert for Wilson. I don't think that's enough. I like Garrett Wilson a little more than Mostert, only because I don't know. That's pretty even. Problem is you don't necessarily have a dire need at your freaking running back position or your wide receiver. It's kind of the same. You almost need more of a running back need. Because Swift and Stevenson actually, Diggs, Garrett Wilson, but you're going to take away from the wide receivers a little bit, but at least I guess, bro, part of me wants you to get a little bit better RB. Mostert's just hard to trust, but he's playing great, and if he stays healthy, he'll probably be okay. You know what? I'll Smitty approve that with your team.
You've just been Smitty.
But try for Pollard. I'd rather Pollard. I'd rather take the. Would I? Mostert, Pollard. You know what? Maybe we just say Mostert. I like buying Pollard, but maybe Mostert does feel a little bit safer. Go for Mostert. Do it live. That's a tough one. I'm struggling. I got an inner struggle going on that one. Walker, Kittle, or Connor, Kelsey rest of season. Probably Connor, Kelsey, believe it or not. I like Walker. Schedule's rough. That's not a bad trade, though. I don't mind that at all. Buenos tardes, hermano. Appreciate you, Ricardo. Trading away Evans and Boyd for Walker and Higgins. I'd take Walker and Higgins by a little bit, but look, Evans is balling out, and I don't know what to think of Higgins right now. But yeah, have AJ Brown and just got Devontae Smith trade. Looking for a running back. Who would you recommend? I have AJ Brown and just got Devontae Smith in the trade. I mean, for who, Joe? You wanting to maybe trade one of the wide receivers? I think you could target Walker. You could target ETN, you could I mean, for AJ Brown, you can get the world. I don't know that I would trade AJ Brown though. Like, are you trying to flip Devonta Smith? If you're trying to flip Devonta Smith, then I think Debo's, Puka, those are about the highest you're going to be able to get, and those aren't bad if you want to go wide receiver. Those are straight across decent moves. Doc92, hi Smitty, I got T-Law, Barkley, Swift, St. Brown, London, Gibbs, Kincaid, Stroud. Trade Stroud or no, Stroud's your starter. Okay. You just got T-Law in there for, yeah. Yeah, you got to keep Stroud. Barkley, Swift, St. Brown, London, Gibbs. Okay. Can you trade Barkley and maybe Barkley and London for ETN, Barkley and London for Walker, Barkley for Pollard in a player upgrade, like a slight London upgrade? Can you get somebody like Devonta Smith using London? Can you get just a little bit of a wide receiver upgrade by perceivingly, in perception-wise, you're trading Barkley down to Pollard. Barkley for Walker. I'd rather have Kenny Walker than Barkley, I think, right now. But I don't know. This team's really tough, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be a tough struggle back. Maybe T. Higgins and Barkley for one player. Maybe Dell and Barkley for one player. Think ETN. Think JT. Think Achan. If you pull off one of those, then all of a sudden I'm looking at that team a lot differently if you make that one maneuver. So go after those RBs, I suppose. Kyron's a good player. Just like this guy says, got Kyron for Barkley. That's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you, Jacinto, for dropping the Kyron suggestion. And we have that on our list of week 11 buys. Kyron is a fantastic go-get. Achan. Kyron and Achan are probably the two best go-get players right now at running back, I feel. People are going to potentially not sure what to expect out of Kyron. Pluty, appreciate you with the $5 hauler. Traded Gibbs and Devontae Adams for AJ Brown. That's arguable, believe it or not. Like, AJ Brown's amazing, but Gibbs and Adams is a haul. That's pretty even, Steven. I don't think anybody got one over on the other. I could Smitty approve it, but for both of you, that's a good trade. Makes your team look solid. You got a really good squad for sure, but you did give up a haul. And by haul, I don't mean Brees Hall. I just mean you gave up a ton. But you got a lot, so it's a good trade. You had the depth to do it, but you both get Smitty approved on that. Trading away Barkley, Olave, and Kyler for Debo and Tyreek Hill. Barkley, Olave, Kyler for Debo. Absolute smash.
You've just been
That's a smash, my bro. Mitchell on waivers. Absolutely go get Mitchell. Do it live. Who do you drop? I don't know. From this list, no one to drop on this list. Hopefully you got more players. But go get Mitchell 100%. Love the team. Looks like a total hold for me. Kirk and, you can maybe use Kirk and, I don't even know what you could upgrade, to be honest. I love that team. Maybe you trade Stroud. If it's a 1 QB, you trade Stroud. Try and upgrade. I don't know what you could even upgrade. This is a solid squad, bro. Kirk and Stroud for like a tiny little upgrade or something. That's great. That's a great team, bro. You got a really good squad. Mark K9 for DeMonte. It's pretty even. I think K Walker's getting tossed around like a rag doll. Schedule's rough though. I would say Monty's a tad safer. K9's got higher risk, more upside. So you almost have to pick your poison, but Monty is a tad safer, and you got Gibbs. It's just, they're producing. Both those running backs are producing right now. Is Diggs and Kirk really for Lamb too much? No, if you really love Lamb more than Diggs right now, and I can't blame you, I would be fine with that. I mean, sometimes you got to overpay for a guy that's balling out. But could Diggs be better than Lamb go forward? It's possible. Start Mitchell over Aaron Jones. Maybe. Let's wait a little bit later in the week on that one, Hassan, but there's definitely a possibility on that. Last week, traded Kincaid and Warren for Pollard, thinking Pollard a hold with Carolina, Washington value goes up, then trade. Guys, I know a lot of you are trying to dial in, but the phone lines aren't open right now. Last week, traded Kincaid and Warren for Pollard. If you see the number on the screen, the phone lines are open. If the number's not on the screen, the phone lines aren't open, so you're just wasting your time trying to get in, just so you guys know. Thinking of Pollard, a hold with Carolina, Washington. Yeah, I'm not trading Pollard away dirt cheap. Kincaid and Warren for Pollard. I don't mind that. I love Kincaid. I don't mind going after Pollard at this value. I think this is the definition of a fair trade for Pollard without giving up the farm and without taking on a lot of risk. You're almost playing with the house's money. John Hernandez with the 10.
To the moon.
John, appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, 6-4, 10-man league, 0.5. Just traded Ford for Evans and traded Kittle for Puka. Okay. I think you're just giving me your team after that in this mishmash right here. Puka, Allen, Cook. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with both those trades. I'll take Puka over Kittle, even though Kittle's playing great, and I take Evans. I like that move a lot. That's good. Any moves? Lockett, trade Lockett, James Cook, Lockett and Cook together. Trade potentially, past that, bro. I mean, it's a really good squad. I don't know that I'm moving too much. I like the fact that you got maybe James Cook and Lockett, James Cook and Godwin, Bijan and Cook, Bijan and Godwin, Addison and Cook, and you're just going after JTs. You're going after Kyron would be a great target for you, bro. Kyron will be a great target for a lot of you right now. Jacinto with another super chat, $10 hauler. Appreciate you.
To the moon.
Go after Kyron, go after JT, bro. All right, Jacinto. Have Monty Hall, Walker, and Sharps, AJB, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Josh Allen, McBride, London Dobbs, Christian Watson, Ferguson just traded for Kyron. I love it, bro. I love it. Kyron's such a fun player to trade for right now. Love your team. You're good to go. Hold strong. Unless you're trading like Monty and Garrett Wilson or Monty and Hall or Monty and Garrett Wilson, Hall and Garrett Wilson, Walker and Garrett Wilson, and you're getting that like Eckler or that potential JJ type of player. You kind of have the ability to do that with Kyron now coming in. You can almost throw, especially the wide receiver, almost throw one of the RBs with Garrett Wilson to upgrade Garrett Wilson massively. And Diggs is a good buy low too. Kyron's a good buy low. Good job with that. Diggs is also a good buy low. Allen, Murray, Adams, Dell, Collins, Cooper, HN, K9, Mitchell, Sharp, Spears, Laporta, Kincaid offers Laporta for Warren. And no, I like Laporta more. Laporta and Cook for Saquon. I like Laporta and Cook more than Saquon. HN, sure. Eckler, sure. ETN, why not? Saquon, I don't want him. I would appreciate you, Nate. Thank you for the super chat. Who we liking rest of season, Walker or Jacobs? Maybe Jacobs is a little safer. Walker's higher risk, higher reward. McDermott, there's no right answer there. Those are neck and neck players. So you just gotta trust your gut on that one. But I would say if you want safety, Jacobs does feel a bit safer. If you want high risk but potentially higher reward, I mean he's a touchdown machine. Walker. Christian Kellogg dropping a $2 hauler, nothing attached, but Christian, appreciate you dropping the super chat. Make sure you include it because by the time I get to it, your other messages are long gone, bro, and I'd have to do some deep search dive. Do you like Kyler or Purdy? I like Purdy for safety. The offense seems to be back in gear. Kyler, if you want a little higher risk, higher reward play. I think for right now, Purdy's safer, just for the moment, but that could change for sure. Would you do more in Javonte for Adams or Brees and more for Adams and Warren? I'd rather trade Javonte and more for Adams, I think. Then I don't want to get rid of Brees. I'd like Javonte a lot, though, but I do think if you need a wide receiver, it makes sense to do that move. I understand it fully. Kyle, Connor, and Sutton for Adams, I do that, yeah. And you get the Deontay as well. I like that a lot. Adams is fantastic, bro. Guy won't take Pollard. Then you hold him. You don't sell him in crazy fashion, man. Pollard is a hold versus getting rid of it on the cheap. Trade Hawkinson, JSN, and Dotson, or Hawkinson, DK for Kupp and Ford. I would much rather trade Hawkinson. Let's see here. Hawkinson, JSN, or Dotson, much rather trade that than Hawkinson DK, but at the end of the day, I probably still take Kupp and Ford for Hawkinson and DK, but it does become a lot closer on that second one. Kellogg, appreciate you dropping a $5 hauler. Again, I saw your other message, so I appreciate you dropping this one. 1 and 9 in an 8-man. Starters are Kyler, Eckler, Monty, Tyree, Cup, Adams, McBride. Bench is Purdy, Waddle. Let's go. Ridley, any moves? Okay. We gotta fix his team, bro. Eckler, Monty, Tyree, Cup, and Adams is fantastic, bro. Like, yeah, you're 1 and 9. What in the hell is? I mean, you've been hit hard, but like, even so, your team should be doing better than this. Is crazy. Monty got hurt though. Eckler hurt. I mean, yeah, this is the best 1 and 9 team I've ever seen. Look, I would say make a big move to try, but you've already got the team that can climb you back in it, bro. Unless you're trading, Mitchell might be a sneaky play for you, but I don't know who you can't even bench anybody. Unless you trade Waddle, I mean, maybe Waddle and Kyler to just slightly upgrade your QB a little bit. Even a Tua might give you that splash you need, Kellogg. Go after Mahomes, go after Josh Allen, and then go after Tua. Give up Waddle, who's on your bench, and your quarterbacks, and try and just, attack it that way. Throw in Ridley if you need to. You need to go all in on your lineup, my guy. But you have the best 1 and 9 team I've seen in a long time. 10 and 0, full PPR, 10-man redraft. Drafted Andrews, Monty, and Thielen. Pacheco, Judy. Team is Hurts, Hill, Allen, McCaffrey, Kyron, Pollard, Pacheco, and Njoku. I like this team a lot. His team was near as good as yours, and he was 1 and 9, and you're 10 and 0. How different worlds are. Crazy. This is a great team, though. Fantastic team. Traded Andrews, Monty, and Thielen for Christian McCaffrey, Pacheco. So your team, Hurts, Hill, Allen, McCaffrey, Kyron, Pollard, Pacheco. Not anything you need to even move. Unless you're trading Pacheco and Pollard together for one Achane or Cooper Kupp type player, which I would do. Then you do that live, and you get that team even better set up. This one here from G Money. Hey, Smitty, got offered Pollard and Flowers for JT. I'd rather have JT. There's an example of the value of Pollard and where I think it's good to trade him and where it's good to not trade him. Pollard, I have JT worth more than Pollard. I have ETN worth more than Pollard. I have Walker worth more than Pollard. I have a plethora of guys worth more than Pollard. Achane worth more than Pollard. So this is not to say that I'm totally out on Pollard. Just there are some value ranges that this guy's not going to sniff right now. But you don't have to give up any of that to get Pollard if Pollard is not on your team, because people can't get rid of him for anything. So you trade a wide receiver, 2/3 for Pollard pretty easily. You throw a quarterback in and a Pittman. There are people that were before last week. I have one guy that traded Pittman for Pollard, and some might say they'd rather have Pittman than Pollard right now, and I get that, I understand that, but that is what you call playing with the house's money. If you can get Pollard for Pittman right now, I'd take the chance on Pollard at that value. But JT's worth way more, my guy. Russian collusion with the $5 hauler. Smitty, have you taken a look at bold predictions so far through week 10? Yeah, I mean, we reflect back on it from once in a while. There are a lot of guys kind of coming around. I know Javante's getting back on the map. I know, we got a lot of guys. I tend to look forward instead of reflect backward, but we do touch on it from time to time. I just know we start looking back at that. People start digging into things, and I just like to talk about what's currently in front of us right now. That's why we don't do. I was gonna do the rolling Moonman list, but then I decided. I know a lot of people were upset about potentially looking at that, but I decided that we can't even be beholden to last week. We need to stay on our toes going forward. And if we start sticking to a bold prediction and hyper focus on it, we'll start trying to cling to it. And instead of saying, hey, Kenneth Walker has got a potential rough schedule, and maybe we look to trade him, we would start going, we got to stick to our bold prediction. So I tend to let go of it all and walk into the season so that I'm on my toes, and I'm not held to any sort of commitment on a prediction. I don't want to continuously talk about something that we may be hoping on, and like even with Gibbs, like instead of reflecting on like the Gibbs prediction, we had to adjust and adapt and live in the moment where Gibbs wasn't getting fed. And we did for a while live in a world where it may not have come true. Just like Bijan. We can't sit here and act like I haven't hit that Bijan. All he does is score touchdowns thing, because he hasn't scored touchdowns. Even when he scored a touchdown last week and he scored a couple now, he's not deserving of hitting that button. We'll save that for a rainy day. But hopefully next year we're hitting that button like crazy. I'm not getting rid of it. It's just not something that can see the light of day right now. Smitty, I have Pollard. How can I improve? Dak, Pollard, Mitchell, Warren, Pacheco, Diggs, Olave, Hopkins, Kincaid, Charbonnet, Kyler, Hunt, Ridley. I would probably say, damn, that's tough, bro. Pacheco and Olave, Pacheco and Hopkins for JT, for Kyron, for Cup, for Puka. Hopkins and Warren for similar players. ETN, Walker, JT, Kyron. I think those moves, recovery will put you in a prime position, my guy. Maverick, $10 hauler, Maverick to the moon. Appreciate you, Maverick. Maverick to the freaking moon. By the way, guys, a couple of you keep calling in. The phone lines are not. The number's not on screen. I'm not taking calls. $10 hauler, full PPR, 10-man, 8-2. Should I trade Javonte, Roshan, Murray, and Godwin for Cooper Kupp? Yes, I would smash that.
You've just been.
Appreciate you, Maverick, dropping a super. Got Josh Allen, Bijan, Achane, Jacobs for running backs. Cooper, Watson. Yeah, bench will be gutted. Hey, I would do it. I mean, Kupp is fantastic, bro. Go do it live. I like that, Maverick to the moon. This one here is from Myers. Hurts for Lamar, Purdy, 2 QB, Bryce is QB 2. Lamar and Purdy. Hurts for Lamar and Purdy. I don't think I'm. That's tough. I don't think so. I think I can't. Superflex makes that a tough question. You got a waiver on it, but I'm not trading Hurts. I think Hurts is so valuable. What you gain, you just got to hope Bryce turns it around and stay on your toes with these O'Connells and guys that could be, Winston, that could be vaulted into the lineup. What's up, Smitty? I traded Gibbs for Pacheco and Adams. I could get behind that. I hate to see Gibbs go, but I could understand that move. Do I think he crushed it? No, because I think it could go either way. Also got DK for DJ Moore. I think that also is a very potentially even move. DK's in an offense that's struggling. He's been banged up. DJ Moore's been in a horrible situation, but he's been amazing when he's leaned upon. Smitty, pick up Ty Chandler, Keaton Mitchell, start one flex. Pick up Ty Chandler or Keaton Mitchell. Let's see. We got a button for this. Damon, there's no debate here on Keaton Mitchell versus Ty Chandler. We pressed the button on that one. Appreciate your super chat. Go get Mitchell and smile all night long. PPR Eckler for Achane and Kupp. I'd take Achane and Kupp and I would run. If accepted, I got to drop, trade for a spot. Deontay probably is your drop. There's no other player to drop. That's a smash. Got him trade.
Got him.
Look, we love Eckler, but Achane and Kupp crush Eckler. Absolutely annihilate him. I got a trade on the table, Dak for Stroud and JT.
You've just been Smitty.
Give me Dak, or give me Stroud and JT over Dak. I think that's a smash recovery. Appreciate you. We've got a $20 hauler from Matt to the moon. Matt, appreciate you. Smitty, the GOAT. I'm 5-5, most points against in my league by far. I have Howell and T-Law, Kyler, Kamara, Walker, Gibbs, Charbonnet, Chase, Puka, Olave, London, Christian Watson, Kittle, Kincaid. Any moves to make? It's a very, very good squad. Hello, the phone lines are closed. A guy just keeps calling back over and over and over. He's just nonstop. He's gonna get blocked if he doesn't stop that BS. Smitty, the GOAT. I'm 5-5. T-Law, Kyler, Camaro, Walker, Gibbs, Sharps, Chase. This is a good team. Lave, Puka, Chase. Very, very good. Gibbs, Camaro, Walker, Kyler. The only thing you can do, bro, is trade one of them tight ends that you got sitting there. Try and trade one of them with Olave or one of them with maybe Walker or potentially, it'd be Walker, and try and turn your quarterback situation into Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Jalen Hurts. I think that would be the deal, the difference maker. Or Kincaid or Kittle with Olave for Cooper Kupp. Kincaid or Kittle with Olave for Austin Eckler, for potentially maybe even, I think ETN might be deserving of that as well, Matt. There's a couple players that make sense, and that's a $20 hauler, by the way.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay. Appreciate you, Matt. Matt to the freaking moon. Matt to the freaking moon. Okay. Soul, appreciate you. 10-man PPR, 4 and 6 have Tua, T-Law, Monty, Stevenson, Ford, Bijan, Herbert, Adams, JJ Lockett, Higgins, Kincaid. Don't like JJ Adams. Same bye week. Make a move. Don't like JJ Adams. Same. Who cares? Who cares? It's a bye week. You're gonna move a player because of a bye week. Don't worry about the bye week, bro. Monty, Stevenson, Bijan, Ford. Adams, JJ, I don't think you can even trade Adams on the high anyway. JJ, just getting him back. I don't know that I'd be moving him right now. I'd entertain any offer for sure, but I'm not moving those guys. I would say, like, if you could use Stevenson, and I don't even think you got a whole lot of maneuverability, though. Tua's your guy. You start him. Monty and Bijan, you just got to hope Bijan goes nuts. If Bijan goes nuts, you're good to go. If Ford maintains, you're also good to go. But you need Bijan to go nuts. You need Monty to play well. Maybe Stevenson and Ford together. Stevenson, Ford, Lockett can somehow, some way get you. Go get Pollard. Stevenson and Ford. Go get Pollard using Ford and Lockett. I think Pollard would be a fantastic addition to that team. Who cares if it doesn't work out? You're playing with the house's money, my guy. That's going to be my little advice there. Kyron would be fantastic for Stevenson, Ford, and Lockett. Walker, probably not going to get a JT. Maybe you could get a Puka for that. Doubt you get a Cup, but you could try, like, et cetera, et cetera. Devontae Smith. Saturday night, I tried Javonte for Cup. Taysom, got him. Javonte for Cup and Taysom. Wow.
Got him.
Unbelievable, bro. That's fantastic. Michael with a $5 hauler. Do I make a move? 12-team PPR, 2 flex, 2 QB, Burrow, Howell, Monty, Javonte, Chase, Debo, Tyreek, Puka, Ridley, Ferguson. That's a solid team. 2 QB, Monty, Javonte, Chase, Debo. That's really good. I think I stand down on that one. I don't know that I move anything. You're getting Javonte in his groove. Monty's doing good. You got 2 quarterbacks which are solid in his super flex. Debo, Tyreek, Puka. I think I stand down on this team, Michael. There's not a whole lot of maneuverability for you either, because Tyreek hasn't been playing well enough. Puka hasn't been playing well enough. None of those guys can really get you a lot. You almost have to wait a week, and if your trade deadline's going to pass, you just let it ride out, I think. 12-man Hurt. Thank you for the super chat. Hurts, St. Brown, Waddle, CMC, K9, HN, Kincaid, Schultz, Hollywood, Addison, Dotson, Jalen Warren. Any moves? HN and CMC are your RBs. You maybe move Waddle and K9 for an Eckler, for a Diggs, for a Tyreek Hill. I bet you Tyreek Hill is a little more attainable right now than he should be. And K9 and Waddle could maybe get a player of that caliber. And if not him, somebody right below him. If not him, Diggs potentially. K9 and Waddle for a top 3 or 4 wide receiver is doable. You do that and it's almost game over at this point. And then past that, it's like, maybe K9 and Waddle for Eckler. Maybe K9 for Adams. Maybe K9 for Cooper Kupp. Those moves are still doable. those are all moves I would potentially contemplate. But past that, I'm on a stand down mode because your team looks great. Swift for Achane. Let me think for a second. Of course, bro. Swift doesn't even sniff Achane. You know, they're not even in the same stratosphere. It's not even close, bro. You get that? That's a cute idea. I don't think you're going to land that. But if you get that, come back and tell us. Traded D. Hopkins and JSN for JJ and DeMarcado. What?
Got him.
It's unbelievable. Some of you guys are I don't know if people are just, their kids are getting on their phone playing games and the trade offer comes across and they just hit accept. Smitty, trade for Ty Chandler and drop Charbonnet. Trade for him or Adam, Juan? Trade for Ty? I'm not trading for Ty Chandler. Would I pick him up over Charbonnet? No. Charbonnet is a sleeping giant. Absolutely no. $10 hauler, Juan. You're an absolute monster, but don't drop the monster that's on your team in Charbonnet. He isn't, I mean, let me put it this way. I'm not saying don't pick up Ty Chandler, Juan, but you can't get rid of a sleeping giant Charbonnet. You just can't. It's like you know, anybody that cut Mitchell and now look at them scrambling. You know, you can't do it. Michael, appreciate you. $5 hauler, 5 and 5. Kyler T. Law, Hall, Mondre, Warren, Keaton Mitchell, Charbonnet. The phone lines are closed, I said. Stop calling over and over and over and over and over. Who is this? Hey, who is this, by the way? This is David, have you ever called someone more than you've just called this show over? How many times have you called? Just take a guess. How many times in a row have you called? I'm just curious. Take a guess. No, bro. That's probably in the last 2 minutes. I'm kind of messing with you. You were dialing quite a bit. But let's call it 50 times. Bro, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You're new to the channel. I don't want you to feel like you had a bad experience here. I'm answering the call. You were blasting it, but you don't know. I'm telling you, it's fine. If the number's on screen, you can call in, and it's not a big deal. What's your name and where are you calling from? And let's take care of you. Attaboy. Look at this poor guy. He's super chatting and trying to get into the phone line. Let me send you to the moon. All right,
to the moon.
Don't even stress it, bro. I'm mainly messing with you. Okay. Somebody said they can't hear you. Go ahead. Talk again. Let's see if we can hear you. Garrett Wilson, you're offered Mostert. Okay.
Yeah, full PPR, keeper league. I'm going to keep DeAndre Swift because I got him in the 9th round, and Stephon Diggs. So I know that's kind of you were kind of like, can I get something more? The guy has Aaron Jones, Eckler, Debo, Lockett, Kittle, of course, Mostert, Dobbs, Higbee, Boyd, Bears defense, Slayton, Singletary, and Dobbs.
I mean, I kind of like Aaron Jones a little bit. I don't know if you can. I mean, Garrett Wilson and Aaron Jones should be relatively close.
Wow, even the way that he's. Well, yeah, I understand because Achane's coming back, and so.
I'm not. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Mostert. The thing about Mostert that scares me is he's so injury prone, and he's always been. And it's like 1 minute he's going to leave you freaking hanging, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe this is a year he just continues to ball out and plays really well. I would say, you know, if you trust your gut, bro, Garrett Wilson and Mostert is not bad. And let's actually get a chat vote on this one. If the chat could vote on this, Garrett Wilson, Mostert, Garrett Wilson. Who do you want going forward?
Because I also have Justin Fields and Mayfield that I can probably trade for somebody on a different team, but
everybody's pretty there. I think there's only one team in our league that has one quarterback, and that's Josh Allen. And he already told me he doesn't need to ride with two quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Let's see what everybody says. And again, I was just joking with you, man. You were blasting the phone like
I know.
You didn't call 15 times. You called like about at least 50. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. The phone line's on the screen. We usually have you call in. Let's see here. Achan is coming back this week. Of course he is. Yep. Superfish. He's going to the moon this week. Achan to the moon. Let's see what everybody thinks. Garrett Wilson. Probably Garrett Wilson. Achan is coming back. Garrett Wilson. Not really even one person saying Mostert. I don't know that they would say Aaron Jones though. But if you need an RB and your goal is RB, why not try Kyron? He was somebody we were talking about for a lot of other people. Kyron Williams potentially. Pollard and something maybe is doable.
Yeah, I have Swift and Stevenson.
Yeah, Kyron's a better attempt. I like Kyron a lot. Kyron.
Yeah, the guy that has Kyron though, he likes to trade rate, and I just think he'll want too much for him.
Okay. Well,
only because I've traded with
the chat saying no to Mostert, bro.
Okay.
Maybe go to the Keaton Mitchell owner. What do they got? Take a look at it. See if they've got like a Debo or somebody they can send you, and you get Debo and Keaton Mitchell for Garrett Wilson. But make sure you're treating Mitchell as like a throw-in.
Yeah, the guy that has Mostert doesn't have Mitchell. He has Debo though.
Well,
but he's a 49er faithful, like as I am too.
Go to the Mitchell owner. Go to the Mitchell owner. All right, hey, I gotta go, David. I got you in the system, and it'll be a little easier for you to call in next time.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem. I was just messing with you. Later, bro. Okay. Let's hit the rest of this. Phone lines are closed though, everybody, for the remainder of the show. Kyler, T-Law, Mondre, Warren, Keaton Mitchell, Charbonnet, Hill, Lamb, Hollywood, Pop, Javonte, Hill, any other moves. Look, this is a tough team right here. You need Mitchell to step up. That would be great. Hill, Lamb, not a tough team to make trades, because if you get rid of Lamb and Hill, that's your bread and butter right there. I don't know that I'm moving those guys. I'd try to maybe move Hollywood and maybe Ramondre and trying to just get a slight upgrade somewhere. I'd try. You could go Hall and Mitchell balls to the wall at running back and trade Ramondre and Hollywood for just a slight upgrade. Talking Puka. Maybe Mondre and Hollywood get you Cooper Kupp. Maybe they get you Devontae Smith. You just get that slight little upgrade from Hollywood and balls to the wall with the RBs. Might be the move to make. 7-3 in the playoffs. Tua, St. Brown, Tyreek, HN, Javonte, trade Evans and K9 for Kupp. Too much. Evans is playing too good. Recovery. Hey, Smitty, my Dak and Pacheco for JT and Stroud. I'd take JT and Stroud by quite a bit. Slayer, K9 and Swift, too much for AJB or JJ? No, I'd take AJB or JJ for that. Tough call as to which one. Probably AJB the way he's playing, but I would take both those guys. I mean, Swift isn't that much of an add-in man right now. He's solid. I don't mind buying him low either, but I don't know about him holding me back from making an acquisition like that. 6-4 record, traded Pollard to get Lamar and Singletary. T-Law was my QB. I don't mind that. If you got to get out of Pollard and you upgrade your quarterback situation, that ain't bad at all. My QB, I have K9 Mostert running back after the trade. I don't mind that. That's not a bad trade at all. Lamar's a lot of scoring for you. And Pollard, you didn't know what it was. Again, Pollard is an equal mix of buy low if you don't own him and sell, or hold and not sell low, but hold reluctantly and with concern. But he's definitely a buy low. Offered my Bijan, Javante Hopkins for St. Brown and Stevenson. Honestly, this could go either way. I probably lean on Stevenson bouncing back. There's a little chance for that. And then you've got St. Brown, so that side does win. But could be, if Bijan goes on a tear, that side could come back strong. You know what I'm saying? All right, I am out of here. I've been live for 2 hours practically. And we might be back for a later show tonight. We may or may not. Might be on the Dynasty channel. Might do a little show tonight here on this channel. We've got 336 of you in here. Only 166 thumbs up. Please punch that thumb up button on your way out the door. I appreciate you all. I'm going to grab some food with Miss Smitty. We're going to order from one of our nice little local places that we love. I'm going to probably get a steak sand. I'm probably going to get a steak sand with some French fries, some steak fries. I hope they still sell the sandwich. I haven't got it in a while. Part of me wonders, why have we not ordered there for a while? What did they get rid of? Maybe they got rid of the steak sandwich. Maybe that's why I haven't. Maybe I'm going to be very disappointed when I pick up the phone right now, dial it in, and ask them for a steak sand. I don't know. Jesus, appreciate you. If you just got here, you got a 2-hour show that you get to go rewatch. So that's good news for you. I will see you all potentially tonight. We might do a draft tonight. Underdog Fantasy. Hit the link in the live chat right now. I'm going to drop the link right now. If you guys want to draft and we do go live to draft tonight, you'll want to sign up right now. Hit the link. I just dropped it. They'll double your first deposit up to $100 on Underdog. Minimum of $10 though. So if you do 10, they'll give you 10. They'll double your first deposit. You do 100, they'll give you 100. So get your deposit in there. $10 minimum. We draft. We'll potentially draft tonight. Matto with the final super chat. Kamara for Keaton Mitchell and Puka. Give me Keaton Mitchell and Puka if you need a splash. If you don't, Kamara's safer. But if you need a splash and you can't win without it. Thank you to my mod squad. Travis Rowe, Sick Nasty, Blackbeard, Vampy if he's still in here, Terry Roberts, and the rest of you. Appreciate all my mod squad. I will see you all later. Until next time, which might be tonight. And then I think Matto was the last super chat. Yeah, we're out of here. Subscribe if you're new. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. And whenever big news breaks, we're also live a lot of graveyard streams around midnight Eastern. Your boy's here for you. So just check the stream. Have your notifications turned on because we might be live 4 or 5 times a week at midnight Eastern for the graveyard shows. But we are live whenever big news breaks, and we are live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. Rain or shine. Flu game, doesn't matter. Deuces. Appreciate you all. Niner MMA 86 says answer my chat tonight, I guess. What did you ask, Niner MMA? Let's see. Niner MMA. Didn't I answer your super chat, bro? Trade Lamar for Kyron. I have Goff, Kyler. Did I not get to this, bro? I'm sorry. Just let me know if I didn't get to something. Sometimes they slip through, or I check something, or I put it on the screen. Niner MMA, here we go. You here? Is he still here? Where's Niner MMA? I think he's still in here. Get back in here, pal. We got you right here. I got you right here. Trade Lamar for Kyron in a vacuum. Yes, I would do that for sure. Let's see what you got though. Where's Niner MMA? There he is. Thanks. You didn't. Okay, thank you. I got you right here, pal. You're still in here, right? Okay, here we go. I have H-Hand, B-Rob, Kenneth Walker, Pacheco, Garrett Wilson, Ayuk, Kelsey, Godwin. I'm 5. I'm 5A. I don't know what that means, but we'll roll with it. I have Goff, Kyler. Okay, so Kyler. I don't know. Yeah, you got Kyler. You need the RB help potentially, or the I guess firepower help. But I would say like now you have another maneuver to make. You're going to start Kyron and Achane and Walker. Now you get to send B-Rob and Ayuk, or you're a Niner fan. You're not going to trade Ayuk. B-Rob and Garrett Wilson or B-Rob and Godwin, or B-Rob and Pacheco, maybe for somebody that has one running back, and they'll take two and they'll give you a wide receiver. Go get Adams. Go get Puka. Go get Cooper Kupp. Use B-Rob and Garrett Wilson. Use B-Rob and Pacheco. Use B-Rob and Godwin. B-Rob, Godwin, and Pacheco. B-Rob, Godwin, and Pacheco should get you an Adams. It should get you a Devonta Smith. It should get you another Kyron Williams equivalent, but on the wide receiver side. Certainly doable, I think. I could even see somebody giving for Garrett Wilson, B-Rob, and Kyle, let's see, Goff. Let's say they needed a quarterback. I could see them overpaying. But Godwin, B-Rob, and Garrett Wilson might get you a Cooper Kupp. Other wide receivers on the Week 11 buy lows include, I know you wouldn't mind getting Debo. Cooper Kupp, Adams, Devonta Smith, Puka. Those are really the top guys. Looking at the fantasyfootballshow.com rankings, I probably would say, let's see here. Other wide receivers include, for buy low purposes, or even not even buy low, but like worth the price of admission. Like JJ is still worth the price of admission. Devonta Smith, Mike Evans barely qualifies, I think, but kind of does. Keenan Allen obviously does, but he's not going to be attainable right now off his big monster game. Adams should be attainable. JJ could be. Diggs could be, but you'd have to give up like all of that. And I wouldn't mind doing it, but you give up all that bench talent, like pretty much everything. If the person even needs depth, I don't know if they do. I've seen people trade away Diggs for crazy amounts, and I've seen people act like Diggs is still a top 5 overall pick. So it just kind of depends. But Garrett Wilson and B-Rob together should get you a Cooper Kupp. And I try and keep Garrett Wilson and do B-Rob and Godwin and Pacheco. That's what I would try and do. All right, I appreciate you very much, my man. Thank you for dropping that super chat. You are the man, the myth, the legend. I apologize if I missed anybody else's super chat. Don't wait until next show. Tell me in the comments of this video and say, Smitty, you missed my super chat, and I will get to you. Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live whenever news breaks. Appreciate you all. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Superfish. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Niner MMA. Thank you, G-Dog. Thank you, Greg Goose. Thank you, Hoovy. Drop McLaughlin for doubt. Yeah, probably, bro. Go back up, Pollard. Thank you. Who else is in here? I mean, there's hundreds of you, but who else is right here, right now? Thank you, Niner MMA. Appreciate you. Peace out. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.